Hey people, Intrid here, 3v3, Argus Desert Gate, blue team. A couple of Farseer players. First up is KazKyzah. And we have eM7, looks like the same colour scheme too. These ladies are support melee heroes with strong control and buffs. Alongside them, Goosy Goose as a brother captain, a durable hero. Walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Red team, Jamboo's got a Techmarine up. Starts with a ranged weapon, can support with structures and repair. And we have some salamanders. Alongside Wen-Li's Warboss, a melee hero. Walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support. From the front lines, Death Skulls. Elite scheme here. And rounding off the teams is Bebop and a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero. Walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. And we have some good old Black Legion. Farseers are on the flanks then. Chaos Lord unable to get the VP capped. We got guide on some Guardians. I think it's going to kick off on the west side first. Goosy Goose got triple Stormtroopers, so he's going to be waiting for these guys to join. Wen-Li has built a war banner, and it is indeed kicking off on the west side first. Techmarine trying to decap this power point. I don't think it's going to work out for you. And these guys, yeah, need to be getting their shotguns in. So they're going to back off and wait for these shotguns to kick in and deal with the Banshees. Here comes the Warboss rotating to the west side. Well played, Wen-Li. Looking for the stomp, maybe. Does not pop the stomp. That's a special attack. Shotgun blast went in already. Yeah, Banshees getting controlled quite well here. There's the stomp. Banshees are able to make it out. Not sure about this Farseer, though. She needs to get moving. Tactical Marine's now in melee with her. Warboss has found some Guardians. She gets a good special, but does not get away. On the east side, Heretics dropping to Guardian fire. Banshees are backing off. They're not off the field, though. Chaos Lord tries to reposition. They're looking for a flank on the mid, maybe the Chaos Lord. Heretics runs off, and we got some more CSM joining the field. Probably going to run into the garrison. With the power swords, can't hurt them. Just chuck your swords in there, ladies. You're bound to hit something. The garrisons are comically small in this game. Chaos Lord shows up again, looking for kill of the week, of course. And eM7, sorry, KazKyzah needs to make sure they avoid it. Nothing else up yet for Jamboo. Straight into Devastators, I would think. On that western lane, the grenade is dodged. There's guide, though. Chaos Lord taking too much damage and needs to retreat. Howling Banshees now diving in. Trying to finish him off on retreat path. Couldn't quite do it. They do have aspect of strength. Double CSM now looking for melee on the Guardians. Meanwhile, Farseer is still down on the western side. Brother Captain should go over there. Next engagement, I would think. And does have Psychic Lash. Going to be helpful to control that Warboss. What is it again? 17.5 DPS for 8 seconds. And reduces speed by 70%. Note that it doesn't suppress you. So it'll also slow down the Chaos Lord. Heretics have an aspiring champion, and then they run away. And probably, yep, Combi Flamer coming up. Very good against light infantry armies. Can peel off models while the Chaos Lord chases stuff around, or just stand there and shoot and dare them to come towards you and stop you. Sergeant's up for the Stormtroopers here, which can be quite dangerous because of those impact grenades. If you can chuck all three of them at the same time. Do they all three have one? Yep, they all have those impact grenades. No fuse grenades that they can do some serious damage with if it's tripled up like that. Techmarine leveled up, by the way. Sergeant on the scouts. There's Devastators for Jamboo. A heavy bolter to cover this western side. Farseer gets revived, but stays on the field, does not retreat. Meanwhile, double CSM get their Eternal War going. And did some power bashing. Maybe there were some gens here. Shuriken for both of the Eldar players. And here we go. There's Psychic Lash. And there's Impact Grenades. And that was nasty on those Sluggers. Are they going to get away even? I don't think they are. Sluggers wiped by triple Impact Grenade. That was awesome. Warboss is very pissed off. Tries to do a stomp. Misses. And maybe dies. Is he going to fall? He does fall. Turned into a bad engagement for Wen-Li. Replaces the Sluggers with Stormboys. Just jump on the faces of the triple Stormtroopers. Blue team in a good spot to maybe push up and do some real damage here. destroy the War Banner, maybe decap the VP, and the brother captain could break walls and get through to the power, because there's a Devastator covering this. Scouts being all sneaky-like. There's a grenade. Might kill those 3 Banshees, you know. Only killed one of them, but the shotgun's got another 2, I believe. That was well played there by Jamboo. Over on the east side. Oh, we had some problems for KazKyzah. Banshees wiped. Some Guardians wiped as well. Didn't they have double Guardians? I missed a big fight over here. Double CSM do have a model missing on this squad, but otherwise they seem to do pretty well. Chaos Lord did fall though in that fight. Banshees must have finished them off and then just couldn't quite get out. Back towards the mid. Storm Boy's jumping in. Brother Captain gets the hell out of here. Now has a Nemesis Foresword. Do we see Mastercrafted Bolt Gun? We do not. But they do have shotguns and Devastators to control the Howling Banshees. And of course an allied Warboss when he's up and about anyway. Techmarine comes for the revive. 338 to 500. Devastators have pushed up again, covering that natural wreck point. And the double CSM with a ton of war have bashed all the gens. Couldn't quite get the node. Any war gear for these Farseers? Yes, Spirit Stones up for eM7. Who is... oh, defending the VP. Turned red. They got a triple cap. Triple cap in for the red team. Big VP lead here going into tier 2s. Speaking of tier 2s, Goosy Goose goes, so does eM7 and Jamboo. Havoc's on the east side, messing up the approach of KazKyzah. And can't use Howling Banshees to flank because there's no Howling Banshees. Maybe the Farseer could have a run around and get in behind the Havocs. It's risky though. You'd need to use some bait to draw the fire of the Havocs. Looks like KazKyzah is happy to just play defensively here. Try to defend power for tier 2. Maybe get some Wraith Guard up. Or a Falcon. Wonder if something's been queued up already. The low rumble of the Combi Flamer. Messing up the Guardians. Sorry, the Guardian weapon team, and the Guardians also flee. And power is not going to be defended here, I don't think. Maybe able to get all the gens down again. On the west side, nasty grenade on the Devastators. But they make it out. What about these scouts, though? Howling Banshees on retreat path. Farseer on retreat path. I don't know about this, fellas. That's very close. 13 hit points, and they get away. Tactical Marines with their Sergeant. I was going to say, it might be worth fighting those low-level Howling Banshees, but they do have double Guardians and Farseer support as well. Here comes a Techmarine getting awfully close to stuff. What is he up to? Just shoot the Banshees. That's a bit of a weird approach there from Jamboo. Maybe that was an old positional order that was given. An old movement order. Storm Boy's looking for the jump. Howling Banshees needed to retreat now. In fact, is that a single model? It is. Warboss, couldn't get an attack in. Got the Bang Bang Hammer now. And Cyborg Implants and Angry Bits. He's ready to roll. Killed the heck out of that guy. Maybe flank, says Goosey Goose. Yep, it was a flank. Goosey Goose has lost one of those stormtroopers, by the way. Now a Rhino coming up. And the blue team do some power bashing of their own. Goosey Goose needed to support this side because KazKyzah had some real problems approaching the Havocs, I think. Dark Reaper's up now. These guys with Inferno PvP damage, which is very effective against heavy infantry, such as those Chaos Space Marines. Warboss now looking for the rotation towards the east side and flank on these blue fellas. There's We Are the Hammer. Improved We Are the Hammer, actually. And on the way is the Mantle of Terror for battle rights. And improved cooldown and stuff. Warboss goes for a big old charge. He's angry now. But runs into a Psychic Lash. Which just really upset him. Just bummed him out. So he left. 205 to 474 on the VPs. And double Mark of Khorne. Chaos Space Marines now. Very aggressive move from Bebop. There's the battle rights. Healing up all of this stuff. Looks like Bloodlust is active as well from Bebop. A global buff that improves your damage output as you hit stuff with your army. And you get more of an improvement, more of a buff with melee attacks, I believe. So synergizes very well with these Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. And they are ripping through the Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers are heavy infantry, so they really don't like those power melee chain axes. Did they wipe? They didn't quite wipe. One of them made it out. Meanwhile, the Rhino with heavy bolter on the back is getting messed up. Storm Boys have a heavy melee knob leader, and these guys have melter guns with their sergeants. Aspiring champions, I should say, although there's only one aspiring champion alive. Well, that was a weird jump. What was that? Never seen that before. The Rhino makes it somehow away. 29 or something hit points. 205 to 427. Did the red team overextend there? Because they didn't actually get the VP, even though they forced off the Eldar. They went for some more killiness. What is this brother captain up to? Forgetting where he is. Level 3 though. Done well. And we have tank busters in play to threaten that Rhino. Jamboo though, with a dreadnought. Starts off as a melee walker, but looks like we're going to see some multi-melter action, which is always a treat. Librarian in play too, with his fancy staff. No war gear for the Techmarine. Oh, he's got his shield up, his refractor field, I should say. And there's an Autarch in play, which has probably already jumped somewhere. Or dropped in and did some work. Maybe forced that retreat over there. More Guardians came in from eM7 as well. There's tier 3s from Yang and Bebop. Warboss charging through, now has the Now I'm Angry buff. 1-to-1 cap here. Rhino shows up, having been repaired. Not sure where the tank busters are right now. Off the field, it looks like. And the Warboss also off the field. Uncapped VP on the eastern side. That's an autocannon in play from Bebop. Just going full Khorne. I like it. The damage to that Farseer. Still getting hit. Still getting hit and goes down. Autocannon doing some serious work. Oh, I think she was throwing guide on these Dark Reapers here. Chaos Lord needs to get in. Try and get in and tie things up. There's a grenade. Those guys are okay. Double Mark of Khorne CSM now. Is there still a shuriken? There is. I don't know where it is though. Oh, it's back at base. And it's leveling up. 205 to 406. Can they get a quick power bash maybe through the middle? What's going on? Double of Stormtroopers here. With their acolytes. And with plasma guns too. So they can get that on-demand suppression. And he's back up to 3 of them, Goosy Goose. Overcharge plasma just to suppress those Storm Boys there. Rhino goes down. Warboss levels, I think. Maybe it's level 3. And there's that Dreadnought with that terrifying multi-melter. Good damage to all targets from close range. Probably explodes basically all of the Eldar models per shot, I would think. Anything for this Autarch? Nope. Double Dark Reapers for KazKyzah. But the captain goes level 4 and goes to Nemesis Demon Hammer. It's another Rhino for Goosy Goose. Bebop has loads of requisition and maybe wants a Great Unclean One or something. Can't quite get Terminators because of the red requirement. There's Canticle of Absolution from the brother captain, providing health and energy regen in a radius, helping out his Banshees a lot. And they're chasing down that Dreadnought. Meanwhile, scouts get grenaded for trying to mess with the Bright Lance. Do you ladies have Aspect of Strength? You do. But you don't have your Exarch. And the Dreadnought turns around, puts some pain on them alongside the Librarian there. Techmarine, meanwhile, is repairing. Bright Lance now getting shots, though. But they get rid of it. Dreadnought went into melee with it. And survives. Almost level 2, this fella. Rhino shows up. Our las cannon's on the way. This Dreadnought's under big threat. Although, double Mark of Khorne CSM coming through. Las cannon's in. Dreadnought needs to leave. I think he did level up. Yep, he's level 2. Storm Boys again to threaten that Rhino. Don't think the Knob Leader can get a hit though. Does the Knob Leader not do the little tumbling kind of jump pack move there? He didn't seem to be doing it. The other models were. Maybe he just wasn't close enough to trigger it. There's a Bomber Boys. So they can reinforce off this Rhino. So it'd be really handy to have it around. Tier 3 for KazKyzah. Tier 3 now for Jamboo, and Yang has a commando squad. Where are they though? They are through the middle, being all sneaky, going for the Rhino actually. With their Knob Leader, they get a rocket launcher. And there's Love the Daka. Look at that disruption. Like 4 squads and a hero or something got disrupted by that. 181 to 344. Huge aggression by the red team. They do not want the blue team stabilizing anywhere. Just keep your opponent on the back foot. Something Orks and Chaos can be really good at. There's constant pressure on you. Have made their way over to the east side though with the Rhino. Havoc's trying to cap, taking huge damage from those plasma guns. Bloody hell. Having to flee. And there's the Reaper barrage from the Reapers. Dark Reapers, I should say. Librarian, you okay, bud? He's alright. He's out of there. Just threw Veil of Time on these Tactical Marines. And say hello to the Dreadnought. We do have a Singing Spear Farseer. So she could have a go at it. Maybe throw Guide on herself, but she wants to run right now. Shotgun blast. Really well placed grenades and really good reactions there from Jamboo. What's going on the east side? Tank Busters got the Rhino. The Rhino is really far forward, eh? Impact grenades slow down some of those Storm Boys, but the rest of them are now pretty pissed off, I would think. But the Captain ready to Nemesis Demon Hammer these Orks with Demolishing Strike. Here it is. Ah, they retreated. No longer knocks back, right? Yeah, just stuns now. Commandos with Love the Daka. Can't knock over the Brother Captain, of course, and there's a big battle rights. And they are sent packing. And they've chucked a bomb up, burner bomb in there as well. Can they get a power bash here? I think the Brother Captain may have to run interference if they want to do that. Oh, a bit of a nasty flank maybe from Jamboo. But this Dreadnought is now isolated, and we have a Seer Council on the field for KazKyzah, and they just got their empowered Singing Spears up. Now, does the Multi-Motor Dreadnought have any kind of melee resistance? Reduces it, so probably they still have the reduced melee resistance of 20%. But the Seer Council is still doing huge amounts of damage there, of course. Land Raider Warboss, where's your Direcaster? Dirgecaster, I should say. Where is it? Didn't do it. Do see Blessing of the Omnissiah active. Scouts want to try to repair the Dreadnought there. And Librarian levels to 2. eM7 did have some Warp Spiders, but they just died over there. Not sure what happened. I mean, obviously they got caught in melee, but why did they not leave? Maybe who's just trying to wait for the teleporter to come off cooldown. And it didn't quite work out. Farseer goes down also on that side. Tier 3 for eM7. All Tier 3 now, and a Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Jamboo. Red team looking pretty strong, actually. Warboss is annoyed at this generator. Just kicking it. You'll get it done, bud. Go on. I believe in you. Note that there's no buff from the Bang Bang Hammer when you smack a generator, I believe. Meanwhile, these double Mark of Pawn CSM have been pretty amazing, actually. They're both level 4. They are. Almost 2,200 hit points. Impact grenades. These guys probably can't stick around much longer, although the Chaos Lord is there with his lightning claws, and he's tearing through that Brother Captain alongside those guys. Down he goes. Level 5 Chaos Lord with Demonic Visage as well. And there's a Mantle of Hate. Kill the Weak is a good hit. Uses it to escape. Really well played there, Bebop. 160 to 273. Now the Orks picking up the slack. Whenever some pressure is relieved. There's more coming from the red team. See, Council getting in a good spot though. There's a bunch of support from the rear. A couple of Dark Creepers doing their thing. Tank Bus is looking for a decap, but it's a bad place to be, fellas, and they run. 2-1 for red. Decent VP lead, 130 or so. Can the blue team break out? Can they stabilize on this side? It's going to be tough. They don't have a lot that can go after the Phobos. They have the Seer Council. They have a Bright Lance. And a Singing Spear here. Grey Knight Terminator is coming in for Goosy Goose. Does have the red for Paladins, so all they need to do is save a minute and a half of power, and they can get some Paladins in. And that beefs up the blue team a lot. eM7's next purchase is going to be vital here. And it looks like it's going to be something big because they're saving up. Perhaps an Avatar. Was that eM7 got flanked? Maybe that's how the Warp Spiders went down. 114 to 273. Bright Lance getting some good shots with good range. What's his Dreadnought doing? Yeah, they've got to leave. Melt Gun, Techmarine now with Artificer and Refractor Field. And there's that Land Raider Redeemer. Now the red team can retreat back to that Land Raider and reinforce. A massive, massive deal. Now they have suddenly really good stabilization potential. East side. Power bashing. Looks like it's going to be a full bash there. But there's a nasty flank waiting. There's Corn Shrine going up. That will spew out bloodletters. If they can finish it, that is. Oh, they can't finish it now. Also, can they get some good shots? There's a Dirge Caster to debuff and stun this melee stuff. The Shrine survived. Gravity Blade doing some good work there for KazKyzah. It's not a power weapon, though. I feel like this should be a power weapon. The knockback on the levitation field does power melee damage, but the weapon itself a little bit lackluster. Maybe they feel like, or the thinking is that that controllability is so good it can't also have power melee, which is fair enough. Down to 67 VPs of the blue team. More Shrine going up. Blue team seriously running out of time. Goosy Goose does not wait for Paladins. Got Purgation on the way to try and fight the big old vehicles, I guess. And an Avatar coming up for eM7. There's a battle wagon for Yang with units piled inside of it. You guys got on a side cannon? Nope. You do have your fancy book though. 48 to 273 on the VPs. Fire Prism gets a good shot there. That's going to help against the vehicles. Dreadnought still going, almost level 3. Really well played by Jamboo to keep this thing alive. Red team have stabilized in the middle and on the east side now. We've got that Land Raider back there. Being very defensive with it so far. Which is smart. I mean, you're up against double Eldar that can Eldritch Storm you. Want to be careful with your Land Raiders. eM7 almost has enough red to drop an Eldritch, which might be vital here. Kicking off on the stairway and on the VP top of your screen. Battle Rights has gone off. What is the Fire Prism targeting? Looks like it is going for the Phobos back there. Dreadnought put on melee mode, which often happens with multi-melter Dreadnoughts. Just put them on melee and they'll shoot when they can, otherwise smack stuff with their claw. They are now fighting Grey Knight Terminators, and Purgation is getting shots on the Dreadnought. Look at that damage from the Conversion Beamer. Avatar now, top of your screen, buffing nearby Eldar units and providing a massive combat presence up there. And an Orbital going off. Can they get the Phobos down? Did not see an Eldritch, right? No, you'd see the swirly bits on the ground if an Eldritch went off. eM7 still has an Eldritch in the pocket. Down to 21 VPs, but they have the 2-to-1 cap for now. There's Bloodlust. But the CSM can't stick around to benefit from it anymore. Did one of them wipe? Yeah, one of them wiped. And the double Dark Creepers are pouring damage in. Dreadnought shows up. Still going. Level 3. Bad neighborhood to come to, though. It needs to leave. See a council on it. Fire Prism getting shots. I don't think it's going to get away from here. That's a bad pull to bring it up. I mean, you can see what he's trying to do. Just trying to help out his Chaos ally, old Jamboo, but turned up at the wrong time. There's an Eldritch on the Land Raider Redeemer. Is where eM7 pops the Eldritch. Can they take it down? Not a whole lot here. There's Banshees and an Avatar. Avatar struggling to get hits, though. Here he goes. Oh, he's going to Wailing Doom. Might have done a bit of friendly fire. Now he turns to try and hit the Librarian. Howling Banshee's having to flee. That was a strange time to use Levitation. Avatar may not get away from here, you know. Don't think he's going to make it. Down he goes. The Eldritch ultimately was kind of wasted. Down to 21 VPs, the blue team. 2-to-1 cap there. eM7 just had a bad fight. Goosy Goose questioning eM7's extension there. Remarking that his team is barely holding on to the game and they shouldn't be committing that far, I think. I mean, they have a point, but eM7 saw an opportunity to try and go after the Land Raider. Didn't quite work out. But if it did, that would have been a massive turning point. Grenade goes in. That was a nasty bunch of damage on those double shooters. Fire Prism knocking them down. Land Raider Redeemer gets some repairs. Blue team still on the 2-to-1 cap. And he did a lot of damage to Bebop's army there. Jamboo. What is your next purchase, bud? You got tons of resources. Could drop Terminators. Could drop a Venerable Dreadnought, which may be why they're waiting here. Could drop Terminators, of course, as well. They may be waiting for a good opportunity to drop the Dreadnought in, maybe behind the Fire Prisms. There's 2 Fire Prisms now for KazKyzah. Another Avatar for eM7. Another Land Raider Warboss for Bebop. And Jamboo, they go for a Whirlwind. That is a big call there. To go for the Whirlwind. I guess they can still get Terminators or something as well. And we've got Chaos Terminators with Auto Cannon. There's those CSM, they've been in the wars. And they bloody hell, level 8 Chaos Lord. Stay away from this guy. Level 4 Warboss with Trophy Rack and Heavy Armor. So with the Trophy Rack, with that stack with Demonic Visage. So that's pretty nuts if it does. Pretty nuts. I think it should. Just because they're doing the same kind of effect. I mean, they shouldn't stack if there was multiple Demonic Visages, but that's different war gear. I think it should stack in some kind of way. But I'm not sure if it does. Goosy Goose with another Rhino. Yeah, and this Purgation Squad with Conversion Beamer could be absolutely vital because they are up against a whole bunch of vehicles here. 3 big ones and a Whirlwind. Whirlwind provides some really good disruption with its rocket launchers. And does have that Hunter Killer to maybe get a big hit on the Rhino. What am I hearing here? Oh, very, very sneaky commandos. Got a decap. Well done, fellas. More commandos came in, I think, as well from Yang. Is that right? Yep, more commandos here. With that fast capping and that sneakiness. Land Raider Redeemer with the Warboss both pushing up a bit to midway. Just before midway. Bebop having a look on the east side, but there's too much there for him to push. Looks like they're going through the mid quite hard here, the red team. Battle Wagon leads the line. Eldar fellas looking strong on the top, but now they come and rotate mid. Does that leave it open for Bebop? No, I think Bebop has rotated mid as well. Dirgecaster goes in. Librarian getting some good damage on those Terminators, and now Howling Banshee's joining the fight though. And an Avatar. And double Fire Prisms. Land Raider Redeemer taking a bunch of damage here. And Seer Counselor up. Looking for the Battle Wagon. Whirlwind doing what it can to disrupt things. Looks like they're spreading their damage a bit here, maybe, the blue team. But they may get the Battle Wagon and the Land Raider down. Is that an Eldritch? It is. Battle wagon falls. Lots of damage on that infantry as well. That's a really good nuke. Down goes the Land Raider as well. Awesome push by the blue team. Has that broken the red? They still have plenty of stuff, including a Venerable Dreadnought dropped in over here. Whirlwind went down as well. There's that Venerable. Unique to the Techmarine. Tons of hit points. And now even more on the way with Dark Age. It has improved damage and inspiration, that kind of thing. Grenade Terminators. You okay, fellas? There's an Incinerate to float up that Chaos Lord. And I think they're going to be fine. Red team with a big counter push. And they got onto the VP, you know. I mean, massive losses, but they have counter pushed. Double commandos. And they've got some really strong heroes, the red team, too. Not sure where the Chaos Lord is now. Can we find him? Oh, he's over here. He's capping. Levitation. Gets rid of the CSM. And the Farseer levels to 6. Has the Armor of Assyrian and Runes of Reaping. Another one of those from eM7. Also Armor of Assyrian, so they switched the Singing Spear out. Warboss is going to go down. Maybe. Yep, Fire Prism gets it. 21 to 88. For me, that Warboss was too far forward. I think it was trying to finish off the Fire Prism is the thing. 21 to 88. An incredibly close game. Venerable Dreadnought still stomping around, breaking stuff. Level 2 with Dark Age of Technology takes up to 22-25 hit points. But it's not going to make it out of here. It's double Purgation with Conversion Beamers. There's Stoicism. Gives it 10 seconds of increased damage and constant inspiration, but it's going to go down. Avatar also taking huge amounts of damage here. Probably needs to stomp back to base, which is hard when the game is this close. You want to keep your Avatar around, but I don't think it's going to survive that much longer. I mean, maybe that's worth it. Warboss looking for... What's he doing? Oh, he's decapping. Banshees are going to go and try and fight him. There's a stomp. But he's not going to get away. Got the cap, though. 2-1 for red. Blue team down to 15 VPs here. It's going to be less than that by the time they get the decap. Down to 11. Down to 12 VPs. Triple commandos in play for Yang Wen-Li. I mean, they're bloody good. Really versatile infantry. There's the Incinerate. Trying to catch some of those commandos, and Avatar shows up, did not heal up. He's ready to go. He's just thrown him in. Desperation times on these VPs. That's why there's another Land Red Redeemer from Jamboo. Gets the Farseer off that VP. Single cap for blue. Fire Prism getting some good shots. Techmarine tries to get the cap, but it's going to be tough with a Fire Prism right there. Is it worth pushing up these Purgation a bit to keep the Land Raider back? I hear a rock somewhere over here. Trying to stop the cap, I suppose. Looks like it worked, but they can just get straight back on the cap. Maybe. But the captain's busy reviving at the moment. Land Raider Redeemer makes a little move. Another Eldritch. Just to stop them capping. Double Purgation getting shots on the Land Raider. So is the Fire Prism. I don't think it's getting away. Down it goes. 12 to 56. Jamboo just trying to push a little bit. Just a little bit and trying to create some space on the VP. Still turning red. Orbital bombardment thrown in. By Jamboo, I imagine. They're forced to push up to avoid it. Grey Knight Terminator is doing huge amounts of work here for Goosy Goose. Got some late game operatives now. It's an interesting one. Wants that incendiary grenade for some area denial, maybe. And they do spot things, I suppose, is the main thing. They can spot these commandos, although they're going to take huge amounts of damage, as you can see there. That was the incendiary grenade. Avatar still in play. Double cap for the blue team, down to 12 VPs. Awesome effort from the blue team. They were up against Chaos Terminators, multiple super heavy vehicles. And they've done it with a double cap. They have done it. Blue team take the victory. What an awesome game. Level 7 Farseer for KazKyzah. Level 10 Brother Captain for Goosy Goose. The Grey Knight Terminators were awesome. Level 8 Farseer for eM7. Avatar survived to the end as the second avatar and did get Seer Council up at the end too. Had a level 9 Techmarine. That early Dreadnought was amazing, but I just couldn't keep the Land Raiders alive. Yang Wen-Li did not get knobs or flash kits or anything, but I mean triple commandos is pretty damn good. Couldn't keep that battle wagon alive. And Bebop's level 10 Chaos Lord did drop 2 Warboss. I think the second one was maybe an overextension, but that blue team push down the stairs to get all those vehicles down, that was an awesome push with Eldritches and stuff. It was hard to defend against. What level did these Dark Reapers get? Level 4. Must have been pumping out huge amounts of damage that I didn't notice. But there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see ya next time.